Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I'm wanting to give you a good swimming pool tip for your swimming pools. When you fill in your swimming pools, to keep you from having water that looks like this, for you who seen me when I assembled my pool and filled my water, that's what it looked like. Now today, I was outside, and the reason I'm in the house right now, it is so windy outside I couldn't record. You wouldn't be able to hear me talk. But a couple of days ago, my wife and daughter was gonna go for a little swim. They done stood it long as they could, and they said this water, they thought it was gonna be warm enough for them. Well, I had that little Polaris 65 vacuum cleaner in there, and I knew they wasn't gonna swim very long, so instead of disconnecting it, I just pulled it over to the side and took the part that's down there running on the bottom of the pool, and I just hung it over the side of the pool. Well, my filter pump now is on a timer where I got it set. It runs 4 hours on, 4 hours off, 4 hours on, 4 hours off. So my pump wasn't running at that time. And sure enough, they got in the pool and it was cold. They wasn't in there 15 minutes. So they got out and I was busy. We come in the house later that evening. Before bedtime, I thought about it, and I asked my wife, I said, you put that Polaris back in that pool? And she said, no. Well, I took off out there, and sure enough, that pump, it done kicked on. It done been running about an hour and a half, and it sucked our swimming pool water down several inches. It was almost below the A port. So today, when I'm sitting out there, it was supposed to rain yesterday and it was supposed to rain today, and I said, we'll just wait till it rains. That way we won't put this dirty water back in there and start all over with nasty water and having to clean. So we've been getting a bunch of rain, and I've been having to drain the pool once a week anyway. Well, today I'm sitting out there and I'm thinking, you know, I'd like to go and put a little water back in there to get it up above the A port like it ought to be, so we can continue letting our pump run, keep the pool circulated and vacuumed and all that good stuff. And it just hit me, guys. I filled my pool with our water hose, with our water that we pay for from our water department. And that day I started filling that pool, once it got about an inch or two of water in the bottom, I seen how nasty that was. But it did not cross my mind to hook a water hose filter on that water hose and filter the water as I was filling the pool. And what is bad about that is on that same faucet that I had my water hose hooked to, there's a filter that I have hooked to my outside sink. All I'd had to do was disconnect the hose from the sink, connect the water hose to that filter, and fill my pool. And I'm finna show y'all one of these filters. And I'm gonna show y'all mine right there connected to the faucet. All it is a RV filter. If you live in a town that has RV parks, more than likely your Wal-Mart has it in the camping section, back there where they have the RV supplies. Anytime I'm working in my RV, off working, I buy them filters and I connect it to the water faucet, hook my hose to it, and hook my travel trailer to it. Don't know why it didn't cross my mind to do this. I said, well, I need to make a video and give these guys a tip to save them a whole lot of headache that I went through of cleaning my pool with that dirt settlement and rust settlement out of the water pipes and stuff. And I already had one there. Made me look like a fool, to tell you the truth. But guys, I'm gonna attach one of these filters here to this video. And like I said, you can get it at Wal-Mart's out of your RV supply section, or a camper store anywhere, RV stores, or you can order them online. Usually I buy them in 2-packs, and I think they're less than $20 for 2 of them. And when I'm off working, one of them I'll let stay on there for 6 months. So even if you bought one just to fill your pool with and then threw it away, it would save you a bunch of time, because it wouldn't let all that dirt and rust and anything go through that water. So I'm gonna go outside, and I know it's windy, but I'm gonna go outside, show y'all this filter that I have hooked up. And I think I'm gonna just run some water out of the faucet without the filter, and I'm gonna run some water in a cup through that filter. And I'm gonna test it with one of these pool testing strips just to see what it tests. I know it filters out dirt and stuff, but we're gonna test it just to see if it's enough difference in that filter that it even show up on them testing strips. But guys, right there is that same exact water filter that I have hooked to that same faucet that I hooked my hose to fill my pool. That filter's connected to my outside sink out here. Now why you would have thought I'd have seen that filter and said, well, let me hook my hose to that filter and filter this water. So that goes to show you, no matter how old you are, sometimes you just don't think. So guys, we're gonna test this water. This little cup here is the water that's coming through that filter, filling my pool back up. This big cup here is the water that I got out of the same faucet that is not going through that filter. And looking at them, I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but that water that come out of that filter, it's clearer than that water that didn't go through the filter. But we've finna test them with one of these swimming pool testing strips just to see what the difference is. So I'm gonna stick one of these strips down in each glass. I always like to give mine about 20 to 30 seconds. And when I test them, the total chlorine is low. It's low on the one that didn't go through the filter, and it's a little bit lower, getting closer to that very low color on the one that went through the filter. The free chlorine is kind of the same thing. Both of them's on the low, but you can tell that one went through the filter lower. The pH on both of them is up there looking like the 7.8 on the high, and the total alkalinity, that's looking to me more like somewhere between the 180 and the 240 on the high. And the stabilization, I'm gonna say that's okay. Now that makes sense, cause when I filled that pool, if y'all watch my other videos, I had to put muriatic acid in my pool to get the pH and alkalinity down. So that would make sense that this water that I got is high on pH and high on alkalinity, since that's what I filled the pool with the first time. But I've used that little filter enough in my travel trailer. Anytime I went to an RV park, I put that filter on that faucet, and then I run my hose from that filter to my trailer. And it's always made a big difference. Any RV park I went to. But guys, like I said, this just come to my mind today, and I wanted to make a short little video giving y'all a heads up, a tip that you can save yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of chemicals and a lot of vacuuming. And if some of you that's been watching my pool videos from the time I put this pool up to my last video of explaining how I got that pool to go from what it looked like to how it is today, and all the work I went through, I just want to save a lot of you guys from having to go through all that. So what I spent, not counting just the time and the cleaning on the pool to get it out, but the extra chemicals I put in there would have paid for the filter. But anyway guys, I hope this video helps somebody out. Maybe it's something no one's ever thought of themselves. Like I said, it's just a simple filter that screws on to your water hose, and it's made for RVs. But it will do the trick, because I've been using them for years on my RV. But thanks for watching. If you like this little video, give me a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe, share my videos. That's the best thing you can do to help me grow this channel. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see y'all next time.